Through a new tutorial today. This is going to be using Tinkercad to control an Arduino controller. Now, some of you guys may not have used this before, but it's somewhat similar to the sensor bit. It's just a little bit more hands-on in the way that you are using components in a bit more of a raw state rather than the sensor bit setup. So we'll be using resistors and LEDs that are separate. They're not housed in anything. So first of all, we need to create a new circuit. And we're basically going to be following this code on the right and following this instructions on the top here on the right. So we want to first of all choose our Arduino controller. We'll go basic. Choose our Arduino controller. And then we're going to grab a small breadboard. And this basically lets us connect things. And the Arduino controller is similar to our sensor bits. We've got each individual pin through here, but we also need to provide a ground, which is this one here, to things. You'll see how that works. So what we're going to do next is you can move around by just clicking and dragging in the program. First thing we're going to do is going to look for a LED, and we're going to grab this one, and I'm going to pop it onto this breadboard here. So the way that these breadboards are organized are each number here, you can see as we hover over it, it highlights the numbers, the pins that are connected here. So basically by attaching something here, anything else that's in line with it vertically will be able to be attached with it. Now, in our LEDs, the side with the leg that kicks out to the right, so you can see how it clicks out to the right, that's our positive side, and the other side that's straight is our negative side. So first thing we need to do is select our wire. Now this is at the top, and we're going to choose, this wire seems okay, normal wire. We're going to choose black. You use black usually for your ground wires. So we're going to connect a ground wire, just click, and it gives you an opportunity to move a wire around. And we're going to pop that just in here. And that'll be connecting the Arduino to the negative side of the LED. The next step we're going to do is we're going to change our wire color to red for active or positive. And we are going to, well, hang on, before we do that, we might need to get a resistor in. So what I'm going to do is just going to hit escape so I can move around. Bring our resistor in. We've got to choose the right resistor. So if you look over here on the instructions that I provided in the activity, you'll know that it's going to be 220 ohms. So we put in 220, and it's at the moment it's kilo ohms, which means thousands of ohms. We want to change that just to ohms. So select that. That resistor basically will allow the voltage to be regulated to the LED so that you're not sending too much voltage through the circuit and will blow that LED in person. So the idea is that this resistor resists the voltage along a line, and you'll see how that works when we get it to work. So I'm just going to select this, and I would like to rotate it. So I'm going to go over here to the rotate. Resistors are multi-directional. It doesn't matter which end is connected to which. So we're going to drag this down, and we're going to select it here so that one of the sides of the resistor is in line with the positive side of our LED. Okay, we can click away, and that's that part done. Now, this has automatically changed our line here. The first wire that's been put in was automatically changed to red when I accidentally changed the color. So I'm just going to select it again, choose black. Okay, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to now come in here and select a wire again, see if we can change the color without it changing it. Okay, And this one here is going to connect between pin 13 and the other end of that resistor. So you can see how that's connecting with the other end of the resistor, and just click it. And that should be good to go. We hit escape so we're not making any more wires. Yep. Okay, so now what's happening in the Arduino control is the power is coming through here, positive, coming through the resistor into the positive side of the LED, and it's getting resisted by this resistor. Voltage is dropped, and then it's sent, the circuit runs back through the negative and through to the ground of the Arduino. So we've got up here the opportunity to do a code. At the moment, I think the code's set up with the blink command just automatically, so that you'll have the same thing for you guys. And you can see it's kind of a similar setup to the way that it's organized for your sensor bits and micro bits. So we can start playing around a little bit further with this later on, but for now we're just going to use what it's made. I'm just going to click that again to close that, and we'll try and start the simulation now. It should allow this to blink, as you can see here. So basically what's happening is it's working, and we've done it correctly. So if I hit stop simulation, we'll check our code. What we've done is we've turned it on here, waiting a second, then turning it off. Waiting a second, and then it loops back to the start, turning on, waiting, off. You guys should be fairly familiar with that. So that's the basics of using an Arduino and Tinkercad, and we'll be looking at some more things to do in this program shortly with these controllers.